Welcome students to online classes of mathematics for class 8. In this video we are going to start the chapter number 9, which is the algebraic expression and identities of NCERT textbook. And this one is the session number 1 for this particular chapter. Here we will be looking at this exercise 9.1. Myself Deepak Gautam, TGT Mathematics in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So let's start with our today's class. The chapter number 9. The chapter number 9, algebraic expression and identity, is divided into total 4 subtopics, which are first one is the introduction, where we will discuss the basic terminology involved in this chapter. Then we have addition and subtraction of the algebraic expression. Then we have multiplication of algebraic expression, in which we have further 3 subtopics, which are multiplication of a monomial by a monomial, and a multiplication of a monomial by a polynomial. Then we have multiplication of a polynomial by a polynomial. Okay, and in the end we have the 4th subtopic, which is the algebraic identities. Okay, so we are going to start with the introduction, and we also look at the addition and subtraction of the algebraic expression in today's class. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, which is introduction. Here the first term that we have is factors. Okay, factor can be the product of number or number and variable. Okay, the factor can be the product of number, which means, for example, we have this number 6. Okay, this number 6 is a factor because this is the product of number. If you multiply 2 into 3, you will get 6. Okay, so that's why the 6 is also a factor. Similarly, this 2x can be written as 2 into x, so we get 2x. So factors are the product of number or the variable itself. Okay, next we have terms. Terms are the product of factors. When we multiply the product of factors, product means multiplication. When we multiply the factors, we get the term. Like this 4x is made up of multiplication of 4 and x. When you multiply 4 into x, you will get 4x, which is a term. Okay, next one is coefficient. Coefficient is a numerical vector of a number, is called the coefficient. That is, if you write any term, in that term if you have any numerical value, that numerical value will be the coefficient of that number. For example, the coefficient of the term 7x is 7. As this in term 7x, the numerical value here is 7, so the coefficient of this term is 7. In similar way, we have this 4x. The coefficient of this term 4x is the numerical value, which is 4. Okay, so whatever the numerical value is there, that will be the coefficient of that number. Okay, next we have expressions. Expression is terms are added to form expression. When we add term or even subtract the term, we get the expression. For example, we have here this x plus 2. X is itself a term, 2 is also a term. When we add the two terms, we get a expression. Okay, similarly we have xy, which is a product of terms, that is x into y, and we are subtracting 7 from it, so this xy minus 7 will again a expression. Okay, next we have equation. Equation is the two terms having equality sign, that is this equality sign in between forms a equation. So if we put a equality sign, which is this one, in between the two terms, then it will become an equation. Okay, so first we had factor. Factors form the term and the terms form the expression, and when we put the equality sign between the expression, it becomes equation. Okay, this is the order of the terminology. First we have factors. The factors form the terms, and when terms are added or subtracted, they become an expression, and if you put the equality sign in between the expression, they become an equation. Okay, so these are the basic definition involved in this exercise or the chapter. Moving ahead. Okay, next we have monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial. Okay, these are categorized on the basis of the number of terms in the expression. Okay, so first one is the monomial. This word mono means one. Okay, this mono means one. That means the expressions having only one term is called a monomial. Okay, if we have an algebraic expression and that is only with one term, okay, in that expression will be called as monomial. Like we have 4x, 3xy, minus 7z, 3x square. These all terms have only one expression. That means nothing is added or subtracted from them. Okay, so they are having only one terms, so they will be referred as monomials. Okay, next we have binomial. In this term binomial, the bi stands for 2. Okay, so simply binomial is the expressions having only two terms, or the expressions having two terms is called binomial. Okay, you should remember that this bi stands for 2. Okay, when we say binomial means we are just talking about the expression which have only two terms. Okay, next is trinomial. Again, this word tri stands for 3. Okay, trinomial means the expression having three terms is called a trinomial. Okay, like we have a plus b plus c, and second example is this 2x plus 3y minus 5. Okay, so this is an example of trinomial. Similarly, we had the example of binomial a plus b and this 4l minus 5m. Okay, now all these expressions are collectively called polynomials. Okay, so we have this n expression having one or more term. Okay, so any expression which have either one or more than one term with no zero coefficient is called a polynomial. Okay, so whatever algebraic expression you have, that expression is in general called, commonly known as polynomial. Okay, so it can be a monomial also a polynomial. Okay, a binomial also a polynomial, a trinomial is also a polynomial, or even a term which is having more than three terms. Sorry, any expression which having more than three terms, that is 4, 5, 7, 8 and 1000 and whatever it is, they will be collectively called or commonly called as the polynomial. Okay, so term with one, so expression with term with one term or two term or three term, four term and so on, all of them are generally called as polynomials. Okay, now let's move to the next. We have like and unlike terms. Okay, so understand this carefully. We have the terms because we are going to use this when we are going to add or subtract the algebraic expression. Okay, so you should understand it carefully, what is like term and what are the like term, like and unlike terms. Okay, so first is like term. Okay, so this is the terms which have same variable. Okay, we are categorizing the terms as like and unlike term on the basis of the variable. Okay, the terms which have the same variable are known as like term. For example, you can see in the first one we have 7x, so the variable here is x. Similarly, we have 13 minus 13x, again the variable here is x, and we have this 14x, which again the variable is x. Irrespective of the coefficient of x, as here the coefficient in the first one is 7, in second is minus 13, and in third is 14. So irrespective of the coefficient of the term, we only look for the variable. If the variable is same, all those terms will be called as the like term. Okay, now as you can see in this one also we have 5x square and 9x minus 9x square. Okay, again the variable is same, which is x square and x square. Okay, irrespective of the coefficient, which is 5 and minus 9. Next we have 7xy and minus 5xy. Again the variable here are x into y and x into y. So when the variable in the terms are same, they will be called the like term. Okay, and opposite to that, when the variable of any two term is not same, they will be called unlike term. Okay, which is the term which do not have the same variable are known as unlike terms. Okay, terms which do not have same variable are known as unlike term. Like you can see we have 7x and 7y. Okay, here the coefficient are same, which is 7 and 7, but you can see the variables are different. In first we have x and in second we have y. Since the variable are not same, so they will be called unlike term. Okay, if the variable are same, they will be called like terms. Okay, this is very important because we are going to use this in the when we are going to add or subtract the algebraic expression. Okay, so far what we have discussed is, first we have discussed the factor, terms, coefficient and expression, and the equation. So first the smallest unit is factor, then we have terms makes the expression, and when you put the equality sign between the expression, they make equation. Okay, then we discuss the monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. Monomial means when there is one term, it's called monomial. When there are two terms, it's called binomial. When there are three terms, it's called trinomial when we have either one or more than one term. That means all the algebraic expression are called polynomials. Okay, and the next and the most important thing is like and unlike term. When the variable are same, they are called like terms, and if the variables are not same, they are called unlike term. Okay, now next subtopic is addition and subtraction of algebraic expression. Okay, here we are going to use the concept of like and unlike term. Okay, we are going to understand this with the help of few example. Okay, this is example number 1 from your textbook. Here we are asked to add 7xy plus 5yz minus 3zx. Okay, this is a one term. This is a one expression having three term. Okay, second expression is this one. We have 4yz plus 9zx minus 4y. Okay, and the third expression is again with three terms, and it is minus 3xz plus 5y minus 2x5. Okay, now we are asked to add them. Okay, now understand this, how we are going to solve this. Write the answer. First we will write the terms of the first expression. So we have here 7xy, then we have plus 5yz, and we have minus 3zx. Okay, so these are the three terms of the first expression. Okay, now we are going to look at the terms of the second expression. Now we have in the first term here is 4yz. Now we'll look for the terms in the first expression which have the yz. So here we have yz, in this also we have yz, so we are going to write this term below this one. So we'll write 4yz below 5yz. Okay, now see the next one is plus 9zx. This term also have 9zx, so we'll write this term below this one, plus 9zx. Okay, this term was with plus sign. Okay, and the last term is minus 4y. Now you can see we don't have y variable term in the first expression, so we cannot write this term below the any of the three terms here. So we'll write that after this term. Okay, so we'll write this here minus 4y. Okay, since we don't have y term in the first expression, so we'll write this after all the terms. Okay, now look at the third expression. The third expression have minus 3xz. So the variable here are xz. Do we have any term which have xz? Okay, you can see here we have zx. In multiplication the order of variable does not matter. Okay, so xz or zx are same thing. In multiplication, if we have zx, this is equals to xz. Okay, xz is equals to zx. So here we have xz, while here we are given zx. So basically they are the same thing, so we'll write this term below these terms. So we have minus 3, so we can write this as xz. Okay, next term is plus 5x. We don't have any x term in the first expression, also we don't have x term in the second expression, so we'll write that after all the terms, that is 5x. Okay, and the last one is minus 2xy. As you can see we have a xy term in the first expression, so we'll write this below this one, minus 2xy. Okay, this is how we write the different terms of the expression in order to subtract or add them. Okay, now we're going to draw a line, because now we are going to add these terms. Okay, since we are asked to add them. Okay, so here we have plus 7xy minus 2xy. So plus 7 minus 2 will give us 5xy. Okay, next is plus will become plus. This 5 plus 4 will become 9yz. Okay, next we have minus 3zx plus 9zx minus 3xz. Okay, so we have minus 3 and minus 3 will become minus 6. Minus 6 plus 9 will give us plus 3. Okay, so this result of this one will be plus 3zx. Okay, since we don't have any y term in the first and the third, so we'll write this as it is that is 4y, and we'll write this also as it is that is plus 5x. Okay, so that's our answer. Or we can rearrange the term in the order of decreasing number of variable, that is first will be 5x, second will be minus 4y, third will be plus 5 y xy, then we have 9 yz, then plus 3 zx. Okay, this one is also correct, but we are just rearranging the terms. Okay, so that's our final answer. That's how we add the different terms. Okay, moving ahead to the example number 2. Here we are asked to subtract. Okay, earlier we are asked to add the terms, now we are asked to subtract the terms. So we have to subtract this 5x square minus 4y square plus 6y minus 3 from 7x square minus 4xy plus 8y square plus 5x minus 3y. Okay, so the question is subtract this term from this term. Okay, so the term which is written after from, we will write that term first. Okay, so let's write its answer. Okay, so first term will that is we have to write on the top will be the term written after from, because we are going to subtract this from this term. Okay, so first write 7x square minus 4xy plus 8y square plus 5x minus 3y. Okay, so this is what we have done. We have simply written the first term, sorry, second term, or at the top. Okay, which is written after the word from. Okay, now we have to subtract this term from this given term. So we'll follow the same method, writing the same term, that is a like term, one below the other. Okay, like terms are the terms which have the same variable. Okay, the terms which have the same variable are called like terms. So we'll write the like terms below, one below the other. Okay, so we have 5x square, so we have x square term here, so we'll write the 5x square right below this one. Okay, next is minus 4y square, so we have y square term here, so we'll write this here 4y square. Okay, next is 6y, so we have y term here, so we'll write plus 6y. Next is minus 3. Okay, minus 3 means we don't have variable here, we just have a constant number, and in the first expression we don't have any constant number, so we'll write that after the all the term, that is minus 3. Okay, now let's draw this line. Now we are going to subtract the terms. Okay, when you are subtracting, the sign of all the terms will be reversed, so this will become minus, this will change to plus, this will change to minus, and this will be changed to plus. Okay, so here we have plus 7x square. Now we'll consider only the sign written below. Okay, we have plus 7 and minus 5, so 7 minus 5 will give us 2x square. Okay, we don't have any term xy term here, so we'll write this term as it is, that is 4xy. Then we have plus 8 and plus 4, plus 8 plus 4 will become plus 12y square. Again we don't have any x term here, so we'll write this as 5x as it is. Now we have minus 3 and minus 6y. Okay, so minus 3 and minus 6 will give us minus 9y. Okay, and in the last we have plus 3. Okay, we'll also only consider these signs. Okay, you will always reverse the sign when you are asked to subtract. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we'll rearrange this term. Okay, in writing them in a decreasing order of number of variable. Okay, so first we have 2x square, then we'll write this plus 12y square, then we will write minus, or we can write plus 5x minus 9y minus 4xy, and in the end we left with plus 3. Okay, So that's the answer for this example. Okay, I hope you have understood how to subtract or the add the algebraic expression. Only thing you have to keep in mind is you will write the like terms one below the other and unlike terms after the end of the previous term. Okay, since we had the terms written only till here and we had this extra minus 3, so we have written this 3 minus 3 after the all the terms. Okay, so simply you have to just remember that you have to write the like terms one below the other. Okay, if you don't have any like terms in the next any of the polynomial, you will leave that space blank. Okay, now let's move to the exercise 9.1. 9 algebraic expression and identity. We are going to start the exercise 9.1. Here the first question is identify the terms, their coefficient for each of the following expression. So first we have to identify the term and then we will write their coefficient. Okay, so let's start the answer number 1 part first. Here we have only two terms. First is 5xy z square and minus 3zy. Okay, so we'll write terms here are 5xyz square and minus 3zy. Then we'll write here coefficient. Okay, coefficient for this term is 5 and the coefficient of this second term is minus 3. Okay, in similar way you can write it for the other expressions. So here we have three terms, 1x and x square. So we'll write terms here are 1x and x square and the coefficient is, okay, as you know the coefficient is a numerical value, so here we have only 1, so we'll write its coefficient is 1. Coefficient of x is also 1 because there is always a number 1 multiplied to all the variable, so the coefficient of this one is 1. And again there is always a variable there is a constant number 1 multiplied to each variable. Okay, so the coefficient of this one is also 1. Simply you understand this like this: if you are not given any constant number, so the coefficient for that number will be 1. Okay, now see the part 3. Now we have 4x square y square. So first we'll write the terms. In the first terms are, we have again three terms, 4x square y square minus 4x square y square z square and plus z square. Okay, so terms here are 4x square y square comma minus 4x square y square z square and plus z square. Okay, coefficient here will be, for this one coefficient is 4, that is the numerical value. For second term the coefficient is minus 4, and since we don't have any number multiplier, so the coefficient of this term will be 1. Okay, now let's write for the expression fourth. We have here 4 terms, 1 2 3 and 4. Let's write the terms first. Terms are 3 minus pq plus qr and minus rp. Okay, so the coefficient here will be, again the coefficient for this one is 3, coefficient of here is minus 1, coefficient of this term is 1, and again the coefficient of this one is minus 1. Okay, now let's write the answer of expression 5. We have x by 2 plus y by 2 minus x5. Okay, we have terms here are x by 2, not y, x by 2, then we have y by 2 and minus x5. Now the coefficient of these will be, okay, the numerical value multiplied to x here is 1 by 2. Similarly the numerical value multiplied to y is here again 1 by 2, and the coefficient of this term is -1. Since there is no variable, we take it as 1. Okay, and you will always use the sign given. Since here we have positive, so we are not indicating the positive sign, but you have to indicate the negative sign, okay, whenever there is a negative sign. Now the last term here is 0.3a minus 0.6ab plus 0.5b. So terms will be 0.3a minus 0.6ab and plus, that is, you can write 0.5b. Coefficient here will be 0.3 minus 0.6, and for this one 0.5. okay, so that's how you can write the terms and their coefficient. Okay, now let's move to the question number 2. The question number 2 is, classify the following polynomials as monomial, binomial, trinomials. Okay, which polynomial do not fit in any of these three categories? So we are given certain polynomials here. We have to categorize them or classify them as monomial, binomial, and trinomial, and we also look for the which of these polynomial are not fit in these three categories. Okay, so let's write the answer number 2. Okay, I'm going to write this horizontally. You can also write it in column form. Okay, so first we'll write here monomials, then we'll have binomials, trinomials, and polynomials, those which will not fit in any of the three categories. Okay, let's see first term, which is x plus y. So this has two terms. This will be binomial. Next is 1000, which is only a single term, so we'll write this as in monomial. Third is we have x plus x square plus x cube plus x4. Okay, so this will not fall in the all the above three, so this will be written in the polynomial, that is x plus x square plus x cube plus x power 4. Okay, next is 7 plus y plus 5x. So this has three terms, so this will be written here 7 plus y plus 5x. Okay, next is x 2y minus 2y minus 3y square. So this has two terms. This will be written as 2y minus 3y square. Okay, next is again this has three terms, so this will be written in the trinomial, that is 2y minus 3y square plus 4y cube. Okay, next one is also has three terms, so this will be trinomial. Again, write this here, which is 5x minus 4y plus 3xy. Okay, now next term is 4z minus 15z square. So this has two terms. This will be written in binomial, 4z minus 15z square. Next we have AB plus BC plus CD plus TA. So this has four terms, so this will be written in the polynomial. Okay, AB plus BC plus CA plus DA. Okay, after this we have one term which is PQR, so this will be monomial. Okay, next we have again two terms which is PQ plus QR, so this will be written in binomial. Okay, so we have this P square Q plus P Q square, and the last term also is 2P plus 2Q. This is also written into the category of 2P plus 2Q in binomial. Okay, so that's how you can categorize all the given expression as the monomial, binomial, trinomial, and all the remaining one in the category polynomials. Okay, now let's move to the question number 3. We have add the following. So we are given here 4 different parts. We have to add this given expression. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Answer number 3, part 1. Here we are given three different terms, three expressions, sorry. AB minus BC, BC minus CA, and CA minus AB. Okay, let's start with the first term. We have AB minus BC, then we have second term is BC minus CA. So this BC is a like term to this BC, so we'll write this below, its like term, which is BC. Then we have minus CA, so we don't have CA term in the first one, so we'll write CA here, minus CA. Then we have CA minus AB. Okay, so this CA will be written right below this one, CA here. Then we have AB, so AB will be written in under this first term AB. Okay, so that's how you can write the like terms one below the other. Okay, now we are going to add these terms. For that, write the plus sign here. So this will be AB plus AB will be twice of, so this one is, sorry, minus AB. Okay, so this plus AB and minus AB will become 0. So here you will get 0. Then we have minus BC and plus BC, this will also result in 0. And also this minus CA and plus CA will result into 0. So the answer for this one is 0. Okay, when you add all the three expressions, you will result as 0. Okay, now let's come to the part second. Here we have four terms, not four, we have here three terms: AB minus A minus B plus AB, B minus C plus BC, C minus A plus AC. Okay, so let's start with the first term. We have A minus B plus AB. Okay, second expression is B minus C plus BC. So that B will be written here, this is plus B. Then we have minus C, so since we don't have C term here, so we'll write minus C right after these given term. Okay, then after that we have plus BC. Again, we don't have BC term in the first expression, so we'll write the BC also after this term. Okay, now let's come to the third expression. We have C minus A plus AC. So this plus C will be written below this plus C. Then we have minus A, that will be written here, and we have AC, that will be written at the last. Okay, now draw this line. So when you add this term, this plus A and minus A will give us 0. Then again minus B and plus B will again give us 0. Then we have AB, we don't have AB term in the second expression, we don't have AB term in the third expression. Okay, so this will give us plus AB. Okay, then again minus C and plus C will be cancelled out, so we'll get 0 here, and this plus BC and plus AC. Okay, hence the final result for this one is AB plus BC plus AC. That's our answer. Okay, for this one. Now let's see the part third. Now we have here again two terms. So we have 2p square q square minus 3pq plus 4 and 5 plus 7pq minus 3p square q square. Okay, so let's write the first term first. We have 2p square q square minus 3pq plus 4. Okay, and the second expression is, first we have plus 5, so 5 will be written below 4. We have plus 5. Then we have plus 7pq minus 3p square q square. So we have plus 7pq will be written here, and the last is minus 3p square q square, minus 3p square and q square. Okay, so what I have done here is I have written the like terms one below the other. Okay, draw this line. As we are adding these, this plus 2p square q square and minus 3 p square q square will give us minus p square q square. Okay, this minus 3 and plus 7pq will give us plus 4p PQ. Okay, 7 minus 3 will give us 4, and this plus 4 and plus 5 will result into plus 9. So that's the answer for the part 3 of the question number 3. Okay, result is minus P square Q square plus 4 PQ plus 9. Okay, now let's come to the part 4 of question number 3. Here we have total 4 expressions, which are L square plus M square plus N square plus L square, and 2LM plus 2MN plus 2NL. Okay, so let's write these term first. So we have L square plus M square. Second term have M square plus N square. So M square will be written below M square, and N square will be written after this. And in next term we have N square. So N square will be written below N square. Then we have L square, that will be written again below the L square. Okay, like terms will be written one above the other. Okay, and the fourth expression is 2LM. So we don't have LM term here, so we'll write 2LM, and we have 2MN, and we have 2NL. Since we don't have any like term to this one in the above 3 expression, so we'll add all of them at the end. Okay, now let's add them. Write the addition sign here. This L square plus L square, as both are of plus sign, so this will give us twice of L square. Again we have M square plus M square, this will give us twice of M square. In similar way we'll get 2N square, and here we have 2LM plus 2MN plus 2NL. Okay, so that's the answer of this term. Okay, so we can write this as 2, taking 2 common, we can write L square plus M square plus N square plus LM plus MN plus NL. Okay, so that's the answer for the part 4 of the question number 3 of exercise 9.1. Now let's move to the next question. We have question number 4. Here we have total 3 parts, and we are asked to subtract them now. Okay, so let's start with the part A of question number 4. So write answer for part A. We have to subtract this expression from this one. So the expression written after from will be written above. Okay, so we have 12A minus 9AB plus 5B minus 3. Okay, the method is same. You will write the like terms one below the other. So first term here is 4A. We have its like term here, so we'll write 4A below the 12A with plus sign. Now we have minus 7AB. Okay, so we have AB term here, so we'll write the minus 7AB here below this 9AB. Then we have plus 3B, that will be written below 5B. Okay, in the last we have 12. Now we have to put a subtraction sign here. Okay, let's draw this line. Now the sign of all the terms will be reversed. This plus will change to minus, this minus will change to plus, this plus will change to minus, and plus will again change to minus. So in case of addition, there is no change in the sign. You will directly add or subtract the terms, while when you are subtracting, you will put the minus sign in the bracket here, and you have to reverse the sign of all the terms. Okay, so this we have plus 12A minus 4A. Plus 12 minus 4 will give us 8A. Okay, now this minus 9AB and plus 7AB will give us, so minus 9 plus 7 will be minus 2AB. Okay, now we have plus 5 and minus 3. Plus 5 minus 3 will give us plus 2B. Okay, this minus 3 and minus 12 will give us minus 15. So that's the answer of this question. Okay, let's see the part B of question number 4. Here we have again two terms. First one is 3xy plus 5yz minus 7zx, and this has total 4 terms. Okay, these expression. So 5xy minus 2yz minus 2zx plus 10xyz. Again the term written after the from will be written on up in the above side. Okay, So we have 5xy 5xy minus 2yz minus 2zx plus 10x y and z. Okay, and we have in the second expression we have 3xy. So xy term, this xy term will be written below the xy, so we have 3xy with plus sign. Then we have plus 5z, that will be written here, plus 5z yz. Okay, then we have minus 7zx, that will be written minus 7zx, and we don't have an xyz term here. So now by putting the minus sign here, we'll reverse the sign of all the terms. This plus will be changed to minus, this minus will be plus, will become minus, and this plus minus will become plus. Okay, we don't have any term here, so we'll leave this as it is. Let's draw this line. Okay, now this plus 5 and minus 3 will give us minus 2xy. Okay, this minus 2xy and minus 5x will give us minus minus will become plus, so we'll get minus 7yz. Okay, this minus 2 and plus 7 will give us plus 5zx, and this term will be written as it is, plus 10x y and z. So that's the answer for this one. Okay, now let's come to the part C of question number 4. Here we have again two expressions, and each one is having 6 terms. Okay, so let's try the term written after the from first. Okay, so we have 18 minus 3p, 18 minus 3p minus 11q plus 5pq minus 2pq square and plus 5p square q. Okay, now we write the like terms of this expression one below the other. Okay, so first we have here is first term is here is 4p square q square. Okay, first term here is 4p square q. Okay, so this one is also having p square q, so that term will be done here, 4p square q. Then we have minus 3pq, pq term is here, so we'll write minus 3pq. Okay, then we have plus 5pq square, so that will be done here, plus 5pq square. Then we have minus 8p, that will be written here, and we have plus 7q, that will be written here, and in the end we have minus 10, that should be written here. Okay, as we are also subtract here, so we are going to reverse all the signs. This minus will be changed to plus, this will be changed to plus, minus, this minus will be changed to plus, plus will be changed to minus, and again plus will be changed to minus. Okay, now we are going to subtract them. This plus 18 and plus 10 will give us plus 28. Minus 3 and plus 8 will result in plus 5p. Okay, minus 11 and minus 7 will give us minus 18q. Plus 5 and plus 3 will give us plus 8pq. Okay, minus 2pq square and minus 5pq square is give us minus 7pq square. Okay, plus 5 and minus 4 will give us plus 1p square q square. Okay, so that's the final answer for the part C of question number 4. Okay, with this we have completed all the 4 questions of exercise 9.1. okay, so now you have to practice all these questions multiple times so that you can understand them better. Okay, so that's all for now. Thanks for joining here everyone. Thank you.